Intanto buongiorno a tutti. Sono Sara Vecchiato e a nome del Laboratorio di redattologia e di traduttologia do il benvenuto a questo incontro con Blanka Klímová, che abbiamo organizzato insieme con Anna Maria Perissuti, docente di lingua ceca all'Università di Udine. Quindi do il benvenuto alla collega Klímová che ci fa l'onore di questa conferenza, ChatGPT in Foreign Language Education, Example of Best Practices. Allora, così, vedendo una situazione iniziale in cui si può avere un certo timore reverenziale nei confronti di queste innovazioni tecnologiche, mi fa piacere ricordare il mito di Toit raccontato da Platone nel Fedro, in cui Socrate espone le proprie perplessità nei confronti della scrittura. E di fronte all'affermazione di Toit che aveva inventato la scrittura e disse che era una medicina per la sapienza e la memoria, in realtà Socrate fa rispondere al re, ingegnosissimo Teut, una cosa è la potenza creatrice di arti nuove, un'altra cosa è giudicare qual grado di danno e di utilità esse posseggano per coloro che le useranno. Così tu, in realtà, come inventore, hai esposto il contrario del suo vero effetto, perché esso insegnerà oblio alle anime che lo useranno. Essi cesseranno di esercitarsi la memoria perché fidandosi dello scritto richiameranno le cose alla mente non più dall'interno di se stessi, ma dal di fuori attraverso segni estranei. E mi fa piacere ricordare questa citazione di Fedro perché abbiamo di fronte un'innovazione tecnologica molto promettente per la quale io credo che non dobbiamo avere paura o timore reverenziale, ed è il senso degli incontri che stiamo organizzando in questo periodo. Quindi sempre ricordo che nel 1992 il Centro Linguistico dell'Università Bocconi pubblicava gli atti di un convegno sull'uso del computer, tra virgolette, nell'apprendimento linguistico. E solo un anno dopo, nel 93, a un simposio organizzato dalla NASA, uscì un articolo in cui si affermava che dopo 30 anni l'intelligenza della tecnologia avrebbe superato l'intelligenza umana. Quindi i tempi sono all'incirca quelli indicati. Abbiamo assistito alla diffusione di Internet, la commercializzazione dei cellulari, di smartphone, la nascita dei social network e oggi assistiamo a qualche cosa di più e di diverso, cioè una tecnologia in grado di imparare. Quindi questa tecnologia permette di cambiare e cambierà naturalmente anche il modo di fare ricerca, cambierà molto probabilmente anche il modo di fare didattica. E quindi abbiamo anche il mondo del lavoro che naturalmente sarà investito, non può non risentire di innovazioni così grandi, e è evidente quindi che noi abbiamo questa missione come università, quella di essere parte attiva nel cambiamento. E se posso dire, secondo me, il rischio che vedo nei confronti di questo mutamento tecnologico è il rischio di rimanere passivi di fronte alla macchina. Quindi il senso di questi incontri che stiamo organizzando nel laboratorio di redattologia e traduttologia all'interno del progetto strategico di Dipartimento è qui di investire in una forma di alfabetizzazione in queste nuove tecnologie. Quindi ringrazio di nuovo la collega e lascio volentieri la parola ad Anna Maria Perissuti per la presentazione e la moderazione dell'incontro. Grazie.
Bene, allora Blanka Klímová. Blanka Klímová è professoressa associata di lingua inglese all'Università di Hradec Králové, facoltà di informatica e management. Ha all'attivo circa 280 pubblicazioni, tra cui manuali, libri di testo e articoli. Si occupa di insegnamento della lingua inglese agli stranieri, inglese per gli scopi specifici e soprattutto dell'utilizzo delle tecnologie nell'apprendimento e nell'insegnamento delle lingue, ed è per questo che oggi l'abbiamo invitata qui. Ha una appunto ricchissima esperienza di pubblicazioni ma anche di partecipazione a progetti. È un progetto particolarmente importante di cui lei è parte. È il progetto LITME, è una rete europea finanziata con Horizon 2020. Si chiama Language in the Human Era. human machine era, no? E si occupa proprio di indagare. Sono 39, una rete di 39 paesi europei ed extraeuropei, i cui partecipanti indagano gli effetti che l'uso delle tecnologie hanno proprio sulla lingua stessa. E la professoressa dirige proprio il gruppo di ricerca sull'apprendimento e l'insegnamento delle lingue all'interno di questa grande rete europea. Bene, allora siamo molto contenti di poterla ospitare qui e la ringraziamo molto. Grazie.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming and working with me today, because the presentation I will be doing today is in fact interactive. So you will have also possibility to interact with artificial intelligence. Before I start, may I ask how many of you are using ChatGPT? Yeah, so half, at least more than half. So in fact, I hope that you will learn something new and reflect what we have to implement when teaching critically and innovatively. So let me start with ChatGPT. Anna introduced me. I understood a few words, but we can ask ChatGPT how would it introduce me, and so you can see what are shortcomings and if there are any, but I am sure there are. So let me just type in ChatGPT. What I am typing, I will just I will tell you. Please introduce Professor Blanka Klímová from the Università of Hradec Králové. This town is 100 kilometers east of our capital, Prague. So, and what I will be doing, just I will be using paid version today, which is better, right? Because we get more information. So you can then compare with unpaid version you probably are using. So now, let me see. It's working. Hopefully, it will be fast. So now I will read it for you. Professor Blanka Klímová is a distinguished academic at the University of Hradec Králové, where she leads the Department of Applied Linguistics, which is correct. As a professor, her contributions span various fields, as evidenced by her extensive publication record on topics ranging from online learning advantages and the cognitive impact of digital media on language comprehension to ethical issues in AI-driven apps for education. For more details, you can access the link, right? So I am sure that Anna,
more or less,
yes, was better, but you can see that the language it presents, it's at native speaker language, right? And well elaborated. So this is just to show you how well, in fact, now the paid version is, because the information is correct and the language is perfect, right? So let me move on to my presentation. This one. Okay. And so this is where I am based. This is the Faculty of Informatics and Management. We've got 4 faculties in Hradec Králové. Our faculty, then we've got Faculty of Arts, we've got Faculty of Education and Faculty of Sciences. And we receive many foreign students. I myself teach foreign students as well for business English and academic writing. So your students and colleagues are also welcome to visit us, and I am sure we can establish Erasmus agreement with between our universities. So let me move. Now, this is outline of my presentation today. First, I will burden you a little bit with some theoretical background. I will spend on limitations, benefits, general recommendations, how to make a good prompt, and also then we will move on the examples of best practices. And that's for teaching, for research, and then there will be some specific examples. Now, this is what we, I am sure we all know. Why? Oh, I moved too far. No. Tips, let me move to. We will start. There is one slide missing, but it doesn't matter. So, general tips for using GPT. Why to use, in fact, ChatGPT. So, if we want to know about if we want to acquire some information, we ask a question, and I will come to it later as a prompt. We can create our teaching materials. Of course, we can learn by using ChatGPT. We can prepare for exams, but also we can prepare and develop for our students assignments. And you will see this, you will have time to try it out. It's a good translator, but as we know, the source language is English. So still, it's not very well elaborated for minor languages, such as, for example, Czech, including Czech. So for Czech, and I will be talking about it tomorrow, it's better to use, for example, DeepL, right? Of course, it can correct my text at any level I want to. This is what you will see as well, from A1 to C2, according to Common European Reference Framework for Languages. It assists particularly in editing our text, developing our text, writing essays, opinion, argumentative essays, and so on and so forth. And we can use it as a teaching assistant. However, there are many more limitations, and they are still true. It lacks current information, although, as we could see with my introduction, general introduction, it works very well. But as for references, still it is based on the data up to April 2023. But I am sure it will change sooner or later, because now it is also the paid version is already connected with Bing and other tools which can do it easily, right? So sometimes in unpaid version you receive wrong information. The artificial intelligence still can't, in fact, understand context, such as humor, cannot express emotions, has difficulties with complex mathematical operations, and cannot do multiple tasks at the same time. It has also difficulty, and you know it from Italian. I am sure if you use it for in Italian language, with very complex sentences, right? It cannot really write well the fiction although paid version is better, as I am saying, has difficulty understanding incomplete sentences, as I said, and pointed out. It is not available for all languages. And if you want to get the most relevant, precise, appropriate solution to your answer, you should use English. And this is what I am getting to. And this is the prompt. This is the question. In fact, it represents questions you can ask. So you write, and we will see it in a minute, you write a specific questions you are interested in or topic you would like to learn more about. And you should fulfill the following criteria. You should assign artificial intelligence a role. If you are a student, you should, and you want to get solution for your homework as a student, you should assign AI a role of a student. Or if we are teachers, so we should write the questions from the teacher's perspective, or doctor, or anything like that. The paid version now can in fact analyze X-rays the doctors have. It can describe what's on the X-ray. So in fact, in future, many jobs like diagnostics could be, and I am sure will be done online, right? And the doctors will just check, right, if it's true. This is what we are doing. I know that you teach translations, interpretations, and now, in fact, the role of translators, interpreters, has been changing to post editors, right? More or less due to artificial intelligence. We have to specify the context. That means if we are students of the university, we want these questions to be answered for the university student. If we should we be the students of elementary school, so we want the answer at the level of the cognitive skills of students at the elementary level. We can specify, or we should specify, the output. That means if we want formal, semi-formal, informal style of the answer, the tone, font, anything we can think of. And also we should think of limitations. Obviously, we should use complete sentences, clear and simple. And as I said, we should use English. And this is very important. We should be polite. When we ask GPT, because we don't know what our future will be. Right? Because then artificial intelligence will be speaking or might speak with us as we had done before, right? Just in imperatives, for example, right? So we have to be aware of these things, because hopefully not. And I believe that it will not happen, that the artificial intelligence will take over our jobs and our lives, right? So, but still we have to be aware of this and be polite, right? Let me move. This is once more. If we want, this is what we will be doing, and this is what you will see at the examples of best practices. So now I teach from the, I speak from the perspective of a teacher and educator. So if we want to make very good prompt as a teacher, we have to think of specific topic of our curricula or activity, how many items we want. If we want a key, we have to enter a specific target group. This is what I have been already talking about. that we should say that it's for students of the first grade of the elementary school, for example, and to the appropriate level of knowledge of the target group. This is quite easy for languages, I would say, because we can say, please write the text at A2 level for the university, for the elementary school students. But for other subjects, such as economics or biology, we have to write relatively complex text, what we assume the students should know already, right? At our university, and perhaps you've got the same, we've got online system where students can see the subjects, the curricula, and also what they will be doing each lesson. So we can copy this and for entering the appropriate level of knowledge, right? Now we should specify whether the activity should be just theoretical, interactive, or both, right? Now, paid version can also analyze any attached document, including pictures. It can, for example, if you want your students talk about some picture, you can show them how to improve, for example, their language, showing this description. Again, we should specify the format style of the generated text and assignment. And as I have already said, use complete sentences, clear language, use English if possible, and be polite. You can use English, but you can write that you want your answer in Italian, right? And still, it's better than if you wrote it in Italian. Mm-hmm. Now, before we do this, my colleagues from the Faculty of Arts asked me last year to develop for them a lesson. And you can see the title, Socio-Demographic Characteristics of Central European States in the interwar period from 1918 to 1939 while using ChatGPT. No, at that time, it wasn't at the level as it is now, because artificial intelligence is moving forward very fast, and the content is changing every day. In fact, what you wrote yesterday, it's outdated today, I would say, right? When using artificial intelligence. So now we can have a look, and I will. May I open it here, or is it better to copy the link?
Oh, perhaps the copy
link. Yeah, okay, thank you. So you will see how GPT developed, just bear in mind the topic, socio-demographic characteristics, how it develops topic. You will see it because my colleagues developed different activities for teaching students online, and one of the lessons is socio-demographic by GPT. That's it, yes.
Ah, okay, sorry.
This is this is the lesson, and now if I click on the instructions for students, for future teachers of history, in fact, you can see the developed lesson for them. This is what ChatGPT in fact did. Also, goals of the lesson, how long it should take, that it's for secondary schools, students, and what tools and space they will use. They will use ChatGPT. now you've got objectives, but then it developed several tasks. You can see for teachers, it's very good help for novice teachers, particularly, because then when they are going to classrooms and have to teach some lessons, they can develop it on their own, of course, but they can also take some advice from artificial intelligence. No, and you've got also, this is really, I didn't do anything, just put the task, and the task was please prepare a detailed, this is the presentation, sorry, the first one. The task was, please create a detailed lesson plan for 90 minutes for undergraduate sociodemography students on topic sociodemographic characteristics of the Central European states in the interwar period. The lesson should be both theoretical and interactive. Individual activities should be numbered. So, and this is in yellow what GPT in fact suggested. Mm-hmm. Is it
bigger?
Yeah. I don't want to touch anything because I would get lost in all these slides in a minute. Right. So this is what ChatGPT suggested, and that was last year. This year, I am sure it, and I will show you if another link, the presentations I created at the weekend. They wanted me to create a presentation, one task from this, to put it on the video. So all this, these are suggestions, and this is just layout of the lesson, right? The plan, lesson plan. And again, comparison with today's situation, short presentation on the current socio-demographic trends in Central Europe. How do the interwar trends reflect today's socio-demographic situation? Right? And homework, write an essay. If I go back to the, I mean, here. They've got also video manual here. I don't know if it works. If it works here, yes. So this is what I put. Please create a detailed lesson plan, and let me play this video. It's 1 minute. This is really what it did. It's coming. So you can see that I wasn't lying. This is what it created last year, and they made a video of it, or I made the video and sent it to them. Also, it provides for lesson plans the time. You have to check, of course, if there is enough time for that. And there is also reflection for students and other things. Additional note, include multimedia resources like maps, graphs, historical photographs for visual aid, encourage critical thinking and comparison with contemporary socio-demographic trends, provide handouts or online resources for further reading. So for novice teachers, I think it's a great help, right? They can be inspired in some of the tasks. Even I sometimes inspired, I would say, right? And one more thing, No. And I think I will close this because there was also, as you could see here, preparing a presentation using ChatGPT, right? We can, I've got a video, just a minute. Perhaps we can show the video of this presentation. That's the paid version. I forgot to upload it, but I've got it here. If we can play it. So yes, this one. And oh yeah, this is ChatGPT, and this is the video. If we can share. Because in paid version, you've got different plugins, right? You've got plugins for graph making, for presentation, for making presentations, whatever you can think of, writing assistant. And now many users of paid versions, they create their online courses. So for English learning, there are already several courses for learning English through ChatGPT.
This one?
Yes, this one. So this is what I created. We go at the beginning. Yes, this is at the weekend I created the presentation, and now you can see how to create presentation. So you use Slide Maker in paid version, and then you type a question, prepare a detailed presentation on basic information about the states of Central Europe. And now it starts. And even ChatGPT asked me a question because I typed in the task, and now which specific states you would like to focus on? Do you want to include specific events? How detailed should the historical context be? Are you looking for a general overview, or do you want, how many slides do you want? Right? Even though I didn't write it, so then I wrote 10 slides, the states. There should be introduction and conclusion. Presentation should be informative, and proceed with well, I lost now. And now you can see the presentation. Creating presentation. Central Europe. See, it needs some, I would say, adjustment because there is too much information, no pictures. Still, the paid version can't include into the presentation pictures, right? You have to include this, right? Thank you. So if we go back now.
Presentation.
To the presentation, thank you. We can just, I won't be using this. Right. So, yes, okay. Yeah. No.
It looks, yeah. Let's see. Oops.
No. No. Because I can't see it. The black one is this one.
Okay.
Right. And now I've got several examples of best practice. Perhaps I will just first show it to you here on the presentation, so I don't have to click from the presentation into ChatGPT, and then I've already made it in ChatGPT, so you will see it, and this presentation will be available for you, so Anna can share it with you. Right. These are just some of the examples, some of the tips we can do with our students. So this is about creation of lesson plan. I can skip this because you've already seen this. But this is, for example, if you develop vocab on some topic, you can ask ChatGPT to create a list of 15 vocabulary words in English, in Italian, in German, in Arabic for university students, of English as a foreign language. Again, you can say of Italian as a foreign language, which should, or Czech, which should be related to the topic. Again, it depends on you, what topic you would like to explore. Social media, its threats and benefits, their language level C1 according to the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages. And you should also put, or AI should put the words in context with an explanation. You will see this. I will show it to you in ChatGPT, and you can try it if we have some more time. Or it creates articles for teachers of foreign languages. These articles don't exist. It's fiction, right? But it's you know, if you want article and develop students' vocab at B2 level, C1 level, A2 level, it develops such nice articles. So you don't really have to look for them on the internet, right? And again, for example, Italian for tourism, promoting an existing destination, students level B1. Please prepare exercises for students' understanding of this article. So reading comprehension questions, and also provide a solution key for the exercise. So if we as teachers don't have time, we can ask artificial intelligence. The information is correct, right? Even though the whole article was thought up, right? The information is correct, right? So the article doesn't exist. And each time you ask, it will provide you with different article, with different destination. So, and I will be talking about it tomorrow. It's very difficult to detect that you plagiarize anything, right? Unless, as for example, corpus linguists go into, there are certain, and I'm sure you noticed it as teachers of foreign languages, certain words which ChatGPT repeats, right? Such as delve, or at higher level of English, and other words. So corpus linguists could develop some sort of detector, I would say, based on the keywords artificial intelligence uses. Or again, create a test. So tests in German to demonstrate your knowledge of modal verbs, right? And again, also prepare a solution. The test should take 20 minutes. So you will see all this in a minute. Another example, please provide me with a step-by-step guide on how to write an opinion essay in Italian at language C1 according to the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, and also provide a model example of such an essay in Italian. You will see it, so you can tell me. I didn't understand much, but it created this as well. Or please give me feedback on the attached essay in Italian. So teachers also will, and in paid version, you can attach any text, any test, any essay. So, and in fact, ChatGPT provides more comprehensive feedback on the text provided than we humans, right? I would say. You can try this. This is very good, right? This is a big help for teachers for correction, for example, papers, right, and essays and writing students what they should improve. Of course, you have to go through it if it's correct. You can't rely entirely on AI, but it is a help. And this is what you have already seen, that it can prepare a presentation. Right? These are the examples of best practices. It can also prepare a questionnaire, right? A questionnaire for university students to evaluate an English lesson. And the questionnaire shouldn't take more than 5 minutes, right? So different things you can think of, and there are many more I haven't included. Right? No, and for research, in fact, now why to write an article if AI can do it faster and better, in fact, right? This is, please write a step-by-step guide on how to do a systematic research. This is also a help for any student writing bachelor thesis, writing master thesis, writing doctoral thesis, how to do research on a certain topic, where to look, in which databases they should search, right? And it will really provide a systematic and detailed information on it, right? No, introduction, I am sure you have already tried this. Introduction to an article dealing with the use of the latest technologies and support the statements with references. Write this introduction in Spanish. You will see this as well, all these examples. And this is, again, why to bother? Now, what will our students do when writing bachelor thesis or dissertations? They will just upload the questionnaire or upload the task they want to do. And this is not a joke, I would say. This is a real threat. And what's happening now in the Czech Republic is that some schools have already cancelled writing bachelor's and master thesis, because there was a lot of I would say students would use it, they would plagiarize, and we teachers, if we have, for example, 15 or 20 theses per year, we can't really detect everything, right? So the University of Economics in Prague decided, one faculty decided to cancel it. And in fact, other universities are thinking to substituting this with some practical projects, right? That students will have to do research, conduct research on some topic in a practical way and then present it. But yet, I think it's not a good way out, because when we think of writing as a skill, writing develops our logical thinking, right, and reflective skills. When writing, you really have to structure the text logically, and it develops really our thinking skills, right? So there should be some, I would say, project writing at least, right? Cancellation of thesis, I would say, is not a solution to it, right? No, and you will see again how ChatGPT can analyze the results. You get what I said. ChatGPT writes introduction for the article. ChatGPT generates a questionnaire for you. You just upload it. Then you get the information and ask ChatGPT to process this information, discuss it, and write a conclusion. So students don't have, for bachelor thesis at least, they don't have to do anything. Just upload the questionnaire. And you will see that for researchers, it's also tempting. No, and it can, and then I included 2 examples of best practices for welcome speech for the Dean of the Faculty of Informatics and Management for the participants of the Hradec Economic Day Conference, which is coincidentally, in fact, happening this week as well. And it can also help to develop bilateral agreements. So I put, please create a bilateral agreement between the University of Hradec Králové and the University of Udine on joint research and student exchange. Please provide a bilingual version in Czech and Italian. Right? So you will see it in a minute. So let me go, can we go back and I will show you these examples to ChatGPT, please. Okay, so now on the banner on the left, it doesn't, yeah. Yes, now it works. I need to go here. So here, this is, and of course we can make it bigger. What did I do? No.
You want the text?
Yes, the bigger here. Here. Where is it? Down. Yes, I can zoom. It was.
So
yes. Now you can see it. Yes, thank you. So if we go up, that was the task about the lesson plan, right? So that's the lesson plan. If we go here, I will start from the end. So this is the agreement. Of course, each university has internal regulations, so it doesn't reflect internal regulation. But it's a yes, it doesn't reflect internal regulations, but it's a good, I would say, layout for it, right?
But is it possible to add internal regulations?
Yes, it is possible because you can download it and then you can add, or you can write into ChatGPT. Okay. Please add this regulation you know about. So let me see.
So even lawyers are.
Yes, even yes. As I am saying. Some professions will have to cope with it, but still lawyers will be needed because of those regulations, right? This is in Czech. It's not, I think it's not that bad, Czech, yes. Because it's lawyer language, so it's the language of law, and you can see Italian, hopefully. If it's in Italian, I don't know now. I can't move it, probably.
No, it's only in English. But I wrote in Italian. Yes, in Italian. So it refused, probably. But let me see if. Yes, I can generate this. No, I should be polite, as I said. So we can see. Yes, so now you can check if it's correct or not. I can't really. Is it okay? Or... No, so it's just template, but also it knows that it should comply with the laws and regulations applicable in the Czech Republic and Italy. But any document, any business contract can be, in fact, the basics generated by this, right? And then, of course, the lawyers must discuss the content more specifically. I would say. Right? So. Так, if we go here down, I have to move and show you more examples. Yes, we were talking about also vocabulary learning. So here, if you remember, the task was the topic of social media. So it provided 15 words. Digital well-being, algorithm, data mining, deep fakes, influencer, content moderation, digital footprint, engagement, and put also these words in context, right? So again, it can help students to learn this vocabulary in context. Then we were talking about article. So it's let me see the upper part. You have to check if it's correct or not. I can't really say. So this is the article. I think I asked B1 level. Yes, B1 level. Yeah, B1 level. And so this is the article.
May I ask you if you can quote this article? Maybe you are doing a...
I will get to it. I will get to it after these examples. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Oh, sorry. So this is the article. And these are the questions. Comprehension question, and then you've got the key. I asked for. Right. No, so that's article. If you want some reading comprehension exercise, any skill you can practice, even listening, and you will see it as well, right? Or speech to text, speech to speech, you will see it in a minute when we finish with this. No, then I was talking about tests. So that's that's the test of modal verbs and solution. And so you've got exercise, fill in the blanks, and it will give you different kinds of exercises. Right? where you have to decide which verb, or rewrite the sentences using a model verb in German. Again, you have to check if it's correct or not. It's not 100% sure that it's correct, I would say. Sometimes there are more solutions. There might be more solutions, unless you say to GPT, please, there should be just one correct solution. And I didn't do that. So key, right? No, and then what did I ask here? Yeah, that was the essay, right? I think. Yes, how to write C1 level opinion essay in Italian. So, for example, in the Czech Republic last week, we had Maturita school leaving exams for our secondary school students, and usually before the didactic tests, they have to write essays in a foreign language, in Czech. Yes, in these two, but some are also doing some other things. So this can help them as well. How to write, for example, opinion essay at usually at A2 level or B2 level, right? It depends. So let me move this. Also, it gives the hints, but the most important is how to write, introduction, how to structure it. You have to decide. You have to check if it's okay or not in Italian. I don't know. Right? In English, it is perfect, but I don't know for Italian. So, what's happened?
It's correct, but to me, it's very strange because it's English long.
Okay.
In Italian, it's quite strange to read.
That's not yet.
Yes, but because
What's so romantic and
yes. You can of course ask GPT to modify. Yes, sorry, I can't now. Yeah, conclusion. It's and you can read. It's just a template and can be elaborated with more intricate arguments and sophisticated linguistic structures, typical of a C1 level of proficiency. Right. So you can adjust, and as I said, you have to know how to ask. You have to know the prompt, and I think this is. Even though we say that AI destroys people's brain, I would put it in this way. On the other hand, I think it also develops cognitive thinking, because students at least they have to develop good question, good prompt. What they want to, what information they really need. It can write beautiful essays, but some, as you said, might be very superficial, right? Very general as well. So they have to ask, well, if it's, let me think of some topic. For example, my son the other day had to write an essay on the gingerbread cottage. Right? Gingerbread cottage, very famous fairy tale in the Czech Republic, and he should have written it from the perspective of one of the personalities of this fairy tale, and that was a witch. right? So you have to, and he put it into ChatGPT, and it didn't really help, right? Because it's not the description of the fairy tale, but it should be from the position of different personality, right? And ChatGPT doesn't know what this personality would be doing, right, in the fairy tale.
Right, it's interesting. So
Yeah. Yes. Yes. So the teachers, in fact, we as teachers, we will have to think of some innovative methods, and it will make us, and I think also think critically about the methods we are using and about the materials we would like to develop, right? So our teaching strategies, approaches will change due to the artificial intelligence. We will have to be even more clever than our students and then AI to teach more effectively if we want our students to be motivated to study. Because now students at secondary schools and after COVID in particular, at least in the Czech Republic, they are reluctant to study. Right? They don't want to study. Why to my son says, right, to put the specific example, and he is very smart. He's very smart, and he wants to be a computer science specialist, right? And he says, why to go to school if I can ask ChatGPT? Right? And he knows how to make the prompt as a computer specialist, right? And the school for him is burden because the teachers teach in the same way as they taught under when I was attending school. No? We've got, for example, Czech language and literature, and they just recite the lists of those writers, right? Which for me, I would say is interesting to have a general knowledge. And he says, Mom, why should I have general knowledge of this? Do you know anything about the use of, I don't know, some plant, in medicine? And I say no. And he's telling me it's the same as with these writers, right? I can talk to other people about health medicine, and you can talk about the Czech literature with them, right? So we have really to think about the methods, how to motivate the students, and how to beat this artificial intelligence, in fact, right? Or how to cope with it, how to cope with this artificial intelligence. So this is that was just a diversion. Now then presentation, we have already seen presentation, and this is English lesson evaluation. I think for the evaluation of our lessons is also good. So even instruction, please take a moment to complete this questionnaire about today's English lesson. Your feedback is important and will help improve future lessons. All responses are anonymous, right? And yeah, sorry. And there are several parts, as you can see. So personal learning, understanding, it uses even Likert scale, engagement and participation. I felt engaged and was able to participate. The lesson content is relevant to my studies. The materials provided were helpful. Then about instructor feedback, if we explained concepts, deep knowledge, constructive feedback, lesson structure and pace, overall satisfaction, and then of course open questions. What did you like most about today's lesson? What aspects of the lesson could be improved? Any other comments or suggestions? And again, thank you for completing this questionnaire. Your feedback is greatly appreciated. So this is again, if you want to evaluate your lessons, you can use ChatGPT tool for designing it.
May I ask you, if you want to ask ChatGPT how can we improve the interest?
You can ask, yes, you can. It will give you, yes. Again, you can ask anything. Yes, there's a solution. Yes. We can ask, in fact, how to motivate after this. And this is about research, as I was talking about. So how to conduct a systematic review, right? Define a research objective, conduct literature review, develop your search strategy, conduct systematic searches. And again, under each part, you can ask again the questions, right? So that's about this. And then I was talking about the introduction to the article. So this is in Spanish. And you can see that you've got references. But as I say, the references, the oldest one, usually it's from the latest one, sorry, dates back to 2022. As I said, GPT operates with the data until April 2023. Right? And these references exist, right? But usually GPT uses references from peer-reviewed journals or books, and usually it's connected with the publishing house Taylor and Francis, right? And these acknowledged publishing houses, I would say. Tak. No, and this is what you might be interested in. I think 2 years or 1 year ago, I wrote an article which concerned teaching English to older adults. I was teaching before COVID. I was teaching students, adult students within the third the University of Third Age at our university. So people 60 and over. And we conducted experiment with them whether their cognitive functions will increase after teaching them English for 12 weeks, and each week we taught them for 3 hours, right? Or not. So at the beginning we had psychologists and also medical doctor. Diagnosed whether or eliminated whether any of them suffered from cognitive impairment or not. Then psychologists measured the cognitive abilities before teaching, and then after those 12 weeks. What do you think happened? After, do you think that their cognitive skills improved or not?
I hope so.
Somebody said not. No? Yes, but in fact, their cognitive levels remained at the same level. And the reason was that these people who attend, at least we assume that these people who attend the University of the Third Age are cognitively active, right? That means that they read a lot, they solve crosswords, and they also mention it. Because they had that interview with psychologists, and they also besides the tests, cognitive tests, they also conducted interviews with these all people, and they said that they do different activities, physical activities, solving crosswords, reading history books, gardening. So they've got many interests, and that's why the cognitive level didn't change. This is at least we assume, right? So we would have to conduct this experiment, or we would like to conduct it again, but with people outside, outside the university. But it is very difficult to approach these people and to make them attend the course for 12 weeks. That was the reason why we aimed at these people at the University of the Third Age. So then we wrote the article, first review study, and this was the review study, which has been already published, because I wouldn't dare to provide GPT with some data that hasn't been published yet. You have to be very careful also what you will tell GPT, because of course it learns on the data. So please do not share data you don't want to see then. So I uploaded the table. You can see here the table, tabulka in Czech, table in English. So I uploaded now in GPT-4. You can upload any document in any format, in doc, in PDF, image, anything. So I uploaded this table. I don't think we can see it, probably. I can show it to you. I don't know. I can't show it on the here. I don't know why. But I uploaded the table with information, and then it wrote this text on the basis of the data, and I can show it. In fact, can we go to the memory stick? What I uploaded, so you will see what kind of information I uploaded. So I uploaded this table with this information, right, where I had the study, the country, origin, research sample, instruments, findings, and what the pedagogical implications are. I had several writers or authors, including us from the Czech Republic. And on the basis of this table, if we go now back to ChatGPT, the ChatGPT read this table, processed the data, and wrote this discussion, right? So we can now see that's the conclusion. And if you find this article of mine, you can compare. And I think that ChatGPT did the discussion better than I did. Yes. So, yeah. Let me see the up. So it, and I told ChatGPT 800 words for discussion, so you can see. Perhaps it did so. So that's why I am saying that the writing of thesis is questionable sometimes, because artificial intelligence can do almost everything, and it can also paraphrase. And I will be talking, I don't want to spill the beans or everything here today, but I will be talking about it tomorrow, about paraphrasing, about using different tools of AI, right? This is just one, right? And if I go here, was there anything else? I think that's it. Now we can go back to the presentation. So this presentation. So these were the examples of. Sorry. This is the beginning. This is the beginning. I don't know what happened. Here. Yes. So these were the examples of best practices, and now you ask me about the citation. So okay, this is a citation if we use any material for from GPT, we can cite. We must cite it, and this is citation according to the APAM manual. Okay, right. So for example, if I had the topic, and usually you put the prompt. So you've got the company, open an eye, then the year. When you access this, then what you use, what kind of artificial intelligence you use, because you don't have to use just GPT. You can use Bing, you can use anything. Then which day you access it, March 17 version, and then you describe, you put into the square brackets, you put there the prompt. This is the prompt. The prompt was described the University of Udine. Right? As I say, please describe the University of Udine in English. Right? Then I've got, that's the version of GPT version 4, and then the link. Right. So, but it's APA manual. There are different citations already. I would say. So usually you cite the prompt. They also say when you write bachelor paper, master's thesis, that you should, in appendix, that you should in fact add those answers to the prompt, so people know in fact what you generated. No, and this is what I will be also mentioning tomorrow. And these are some AI detectors such as Copilot, Zero, GPT, Winston, AI, Originality. You can use some of them, but if you want to have better version, you have to pay for this, like for GPT version 4. This is just the screen from one of the AI, that's Copilix, and you can see that you can put the text, for example, probably you can't see it, but you can put the text from ChatGPT-4, from BART, from now it's Gemini, right? From AI plus human, and it can detect right what you have written. But as I say, for some time it allows you to work with it, but then you have to pay. No, and this is what I am going to. This is mobile version of ChatGPT-4. So let me. This is how people can learn nowadays. So I will use this version. You can see the icons that it can transfer text to speech, but also speech to speech, right? And you can talk to GPT like human. So let me show some examples. I hope it will work. Should I be that? Sorry, I am used to walking, so let me put the volume up. And I hope it will work. So what it does, I am using this one, and with the headphones, I will be talking to the GPT. Connecting. I want to learn basic Italian phrases, please. So you can learn almost anything. You can ask anything. You can I can ask GPT. But then you can see also everything in a written way. You know, what I said, what AI said. So you can talk to AI as a human, like this, a good paid version. So this is how I would say students learn nowadays. They don't even have to type. Now what's happening at schools that they are losing the basic literacy skills. You know, writing in particular, and teachers, at least in the Czech Republic, at higher levels, in higher classes of elementary school and secondary schools in particular, they don't have how they write now, because even essays are written are typed, right? Are typed. And they submit it, you know, typed as well. So that's also changing. And you know, in future they will not have to count, to write, and so even with virtual reality, what's happening now that people don't have this you know, motivation to learn foreign languages. Yeah, I went last year to Madeira, and there were people who couldn't speak English, and they just use the application, you know, and it does everything for them. They just make a picture and it translates immediately. And it was correct. I was amazed. And sooner or later, we will be, you know, wearing headphones. Now, next time I will come to it, not me, but someone else. You know, wearing headphones, and it will just translate everything one can hear or, you know, back. So this is quite threatening, I would say, but people
I think we will have to raise awareness of developing cognitive skills, because if people stop thinking, right, like these people going on holidays and working class people, I would say, there will be many people suffering from cognitive impairments in future, and there will be not many people to take care of them. Right? So we have to raise awareness of this threat of AI. It's a good help, I would say, but on the contrary, it is a threat, a big threat for society impact, and losing cognitive skills, emotional skills as well. Right, so, but I don't want to end at this note. I would like to end with some thoughts and ways forward. So these are some thoughts and ways forward. So what we as teachers, we can do, we can improve the professional qualifications of future novice teachers. We can support teachers with some trainings, for example, in new technologies. And as Anna has already mentioned, I was or I have been still one a member of management committee of the COST project, which is a European project where there are many people from different universities, and I am head of working group 5, which solves the issues with the implementation of implementation of technologies in language education. Right. So still there is time. The project ends at the end of October this year. But if you are interested, there are 8 working groups, and if you are translators and interpreters, there is working group 7, which in fact focuses on translation and interpreting studies in the human-machine era. So you can still join. It's for free, right? And we hold workshops and conference, which is going to be in September in Belgium, and also training school. This year's training school is at my university. Also, what's good is promoting best practice, and it can be done through COIL Academy, professional learning communities, that's PLC, and also Oasis. Oasis is the database of research articles which are summarized on one page, their findings, their contributions. So if you type in your computer Oasis database, research database, you can get good summary of published articles on any linguistic topic. Then, of course, we have to think, as I said, about suitable methodologies, approaches we would like to introduce to make students engaged in our classes. We know that there is that blending learning when you have classes face-to-face and some part online. There is another methodology, flipped classroom, when students study the subject material at home and then in class you discuss it. That's another possibility. But what's important, and this is my message to you, we should use technologically critical and only the technology which has a real added value
and the design tasks we present are meaningful. This is very important because not all tasks when implementing technology are meaningful. And again, I will mention tomorrow several studies, research studies on this topic, and present both cons and limitations of using technology. No, and as I said, or as you will hear tomorrow, there's need for further research topic. Research, empirical in particular, because the research still on the use of AI in language education is sparse. Right? So that's all from me. Today you didn't, well, now it will be time to try it out. If you, and also there will be time for your questions. I think we've got 15 minutes, right?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.